What's going on, everyone? June 19th, Sunday, 8:11 p.m. 7 Days of Wisdom, week 32, episode 32. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there. And also NBA Finals season, Game 7. Who you taking? Warriors, Cavs, LeBron, Curry. Who do you have? I've honestly always rooted for the underdog. So I want to see the Cavs take it home to Cleveland. That's me personally, so that's it. I want to see the Cavs take it home. We'll see, Game 7. I'll be checking that out after I shoot this video with my father. I'm actually at my parents' house now, broadcasting this. So yeah, let's get into it. Early this week started off with mistakes, learning from mistakes, and how have mistakes allowed us to learn from the mistakes that we've made. How have mistakes helped us in life? That was a thought that I had last Sunday, and one of the things that I said is mistakes allow us to learn. Without mistakes, it's difficult to learn new things. It's one thing to learn from the mistakes of others, but there's just something that comes with doing things ourselves and taking tangible action that enable us to learn at a different level. So, it's through action. It's only through action and taking those steps that we truly learn and are able to iterate and come back stronger and make the necessary changes to advance and improve upon whatever it is we're doing and whatever it is we're looking to achieve. So we'll get back into the exact quote pertaining to mistakes and learning, when I do the quotes of the week. But just keep that in mind, don't be afraid to make mistakes. More so, always be willing to learn from those mistakes, Whenever I make a mistake, usually it only happens once or twice, because I'm definitely the type to learn quick, very quick, from whatever mistakes I make. And the chances of me making that same mistake again are pretty close to zero, because that's just the type of mentality that I have and the type of person that I am. So yeah, let's get in that mindset of not being afraid of making mistakes, but more so wanting to learn from those mistakes that we make. So that's number one, just touching on the topic of mistakes and just being a student of life and not being afraid to learn. I think my mother's calling me right now. I actually have the door closed. I'm upstairs in the room. We were over here. I was over here with my family for Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Shout out to, my boy Mac. That's a man. What's going on, brother? Happy Father's Day. Darnell, happy Father's Day. All the fathers out there, man. All of the fathers out there. Let's see, what else? Yesterday, I had the privilege of coming across a new find. I was doing Uber. I actually dropped off a young guy who was going to a CARMS conference. And I'm like, CARMS, what does that stand for? He's like, Conference for African American Researchers in the Mathematical Sciences. I believe that's what it stands for, if I'm not mistaken. Conference for African American Researchers in the Mathematical Sciences. And I'm like, that sounds pretty cool. So I dropped him off at the Institute. The Institute for Advanced Studies, IAS, and this is in Princeton. And when I dropped him off, I'm just like, let me get out, check this out, because this is in Princeton, and it looked like just an interesting place to check out. And come to find out, Albert Einstein was one of the first professors to teach there, and also this was one of his academic homes. So, you know, talk about history, like Albert Einstein himself studied right here in Princeton, New Jersey, not too far from New Brunswick, where I currently reside at. And this caused me to think, like, man, there's so much around us that may be lying right in our own backyard that we just don't ever make the time to discover, because we don't make the time to explore. So it caused me to think, triggered me to think, that without exploring new territory, it's difficult to discover new terrain. So it's important that we get out and explore what gems may be lying right in our own backyard. And this is something I posted on my Twitter, I did post it on my Twitter, but on my Facebook page just yesterday. So yeah, let's get up, get out, and explore. Get up, get out, and get fit as well. So yesterday was a beautiful day. I got a chance to just relax, chill in the grass, soak it all in, and learn about something new. Come across a new find, which was very intriguing to me. On a Saturday afternoon, most people might be, out enjoying the weather at the beach, and I just enjoy learning new things. So it's a testament to just my curiosity and willingness to absorb what it is in my surroundings and environment. So I encourage everyone to do that wherever you are. I'm sure you can always find something new. Visit a museum, go to a library. Summertime's coming up. A ton of activities, will be available at our fingertips. So look into what's going on in your community, in your neighborhood. Get involved. Take action. Get involved. Next, and this was yesterday, I was thinking of a lot of stuff yesterday, just in regards to the access to knowledge we have, and leveraging our skills and abilities to create communities that can impact the world in a positive manner. All of this kind of stuff, and one of the other things that I just put out there on my Twitter was the thought of social media and technology, and the role that social media and technology will play in helping to leverage the reach and scale to create a positive impact on the world. Because I think, with the tools that we have, the technological tools, social media, the social media messaging, storytelling. If we think of advertising and media and the reach that has in regards to entertainment, and then we think of education and the information within education that we use to inform and enrich the minds of people, I always think, and this goes back to me being a communication major and just having a background in media, just the convergence of that, using the skills of storytelling and journalism and education, and combining that with the techniques and strategies that media companies use to target large amounts, vast amounts of people. So imagine having a pool of information that we have to target to vast amounts of people. Getting together. It's going to take multiple industries coming together and using their knowledge and skills respectively to really make an impact on communities at large. And I'm looking for a tweet that I put out, and this is what I said. So it's going to take merging different insights from different industries to create stronger communities. So let's think about that. You know, how does the world look? How will the world look when we actually begin to merge the various insights, the different insights from different industries, and use that knowledge and power to create stronger communities? I feel that's one of the key things that will need to take place in order to create stronger communities, because once we're able to create stronger communities on a local level, on a very segmented small level, it's only a matter of time before we begin to create a stronger world, you know. So that's one of my visions, is to create just a stronger world and a more unified planet, you know, a more unified just place for people to live across the globe. That's one of my ultimate goals, and you know, it's like a major vision of mine. I just think of day in and day out, and I think of what can I do to contribute to attaining that vision. You know, it's all about building a tribe, gathering together with collective minds, collectively. So I mean, these are the things that I think about. And just to put it out there, also on my Facebook, a few days ago, you know, I put out the picture of Nelson Mandela with his fist up. And, you know, I thought to myself, like, I would love to be awarded a Nobel Peace Prize one day. No holds barred. I just wanted to put it out there. This was June 15th, which was this past Wednesday. I put on my Facebook, I would love to be awarded a Nobel Peace Prize one day. That would certainly be a dream come true. And I thought about this maybe a year or two ago. Like, I think it would be pretty cool to win a Nobel Peace Prize, you know. And then it was a reoccurring thought. So I just figured, why not put it out there, put it on social media, just to document it. So June 15th, 2016, put it out there, man. Shout out to all of the past Nobel Peace Prize recipients. Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., President Obama, just to name a few. So for me to be amongst that list of great people would certainly be an honor. So right now it's just a matter of creating that vision and putting in the work, which I continue to do on a day-to-day basis. And with the support of everyone around me, friends, family, like-minded people who also want to create change and have an impact on the planet around them, you know, I'm sure regardless of achieving that particular feat or not, I'm sure there are great things to come in the future. So it's just about grinding, putting in the day-to-day work, and just wanting to make a change and a positive impact on people on a small scale, you know, in my day-to-day life. And then eventually everything else will take care of itself, just like it's always been. So with that being said, let's hop into the quotes of the week. This week, have a few quotes of the week. The first one is, let's see, from last Sunday. So this is the full quote in regards to learning and making mistakes. One of the best ways to learn is to do. It's only through taking action that we can truly see and learn from our mistakes. So this was from last Sunday. Second, Gary Vaynerchuk, Ask Gary V, episode 123. I posted this on Monday, and he said, being yourself is always best because then you don't have to second guess. And this was an excerpt that I took from his Ask Gary V episode 123, and I'm like, man, that's so true. When we're truly ourselves, and we make decisions, even if that decision didn't turn out to be quote unquote the best, we know it was right for us to do. So there's no regrets. We don't have to second guess. But it's when we make a decision because it was in the best interest of maybe someone else, or we wanted to, impress someone else, and that decision falls through, we think, man, what if we would have made the decision that we wanted to make? So we never want to be in that what if position. I know I don't. So every time we make a decision or we commit to something, it's important for us to think, what's right for us? Because if we don't do what's right for us, it's going to come back. If we do what's right for someone else, and then it turns out to be the wrong thing, we're going to think, what if we would have made the decision for ourselves? What if that decision would have been the right decision? It's a what if position. We want to avoid the what if positions and always take full accountability. Because if I fail, it's going to be because of me, not because of someone else. So I want to make sure that I make the decision that's right for me and my intuition and my heart, so I can take 100% accountability for that and not be in a what if position. So let's definitely take that into consideration whenever we're making decisions, whatever position we find ourselves in, because it's super important. It's super important. Alright? So once again, being ourselves is always best because then we don't have to second guess. That comes courtesy of Gary Vaynerchuk. Next quote, sharing meaningful content. Share meaningful content, build meaningful connection. So this really is in regards to just the content that we put out online, face-to-face, the messages we share. When we share meaningful messages and content, we're able to build meaningful connections and relationships. It's that simple. Meaningful content leads to meaningful relationships, because the people who connect to that content and the people that connect to those messages, these messages that I'm putting out and sharing, it means something to them, meaning that they're somewhere on the same wavelength. They're looking for something more. They want something more in life. So it's hitting them in a way that resonates with them, that may have also resonated with you, which is the reason why you put the message and story out there in the first place. So it's a connecting point, it's a common denominator, and that's essentially the foundation of building strong relationships, through meaningful content, meaningful stories, meaningful messages. So share meaningful content, build meaningful connections, build meaningful relationships. Lastly, and we spoke about this in regards to my trip yesterday in Princeton, without exploring new territory, it's difficult to discover new terrain. So once again, I highly encourage everyone to get up, get out, explore your surroundings, explore your environment, explore new territory, and discover new terrain. Without exploration, there can be no new discoveries. So let's see what the world has to offer. Let's see what our communities have to offer. Let's be active. Let's participate. Let's get engaged. And with that being said, I'm out of here. 8:30 p.m. Sunday, June 19th. Once again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Peace and love. And I'm about to check out this Game 7. I hope everyone enjoys. Have an impactful week. I will see y'all next week. Peace.